So after a vote on the FM Central Facebook page, it was decided that Tuggeranong United will be my next save. And this save is different because it's a video Psalms, not just the normal Psalms I am recording. So, as you can see from my pre-season fixtures, it was mixed. 3 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. The biggest loss was probably coming against AIS, the Australian Institute of Sport. This is a youth team with the best young talent in Australia. I did do a scout report, and the players that they had were absolutely incredible. I did try to sign a few, but they weren't interested in my team, and basically I've just had to rely on whatever I could get from the transfer market. So this time it's going to be a hard, long season. We're expected to finish 5th, but we're aiming for we're going to aim for mid-table, which is 5th position, I believe, as there's only 8 teams. So pretty much we need consistency this season. Canberra played the game the day before, and they played Woden Valley FC, and they won 1-0. I think, was it 1-0? Let's have a look. How did Canberra get on? Canberra won 5-0, sorry. That's amazing. They won 5-0. So we have some serious catching up to do if we are going to finish top. Canberra are predicted to finish 2nd this season. Let me just take you through my transfers so far. It's been a really mixed bag of transfers. The club, when I come in, was heavily reliant on youth, and to be honest, I didn't really fancy youth all the way through. So I tried my hardest to bring in some players, and I managed to bring in Peter Rose from Cooma, who we played on my first game. The scout rated him incredibly highly, so I thought, yeah, if we can get it, we will, and we did. We got him on a part-time basis with a contract wage of £170 per week with a couple of add-ons thrown in. Marcus Lum is another player who we signed on a free transfer. He was unattached, which was absolutely brilliant. He's a young guy, is rated 1.5 stars at the minute, but is an attacking midfielder, which we really lacked, so he will be going straight into the first team. Johnny Young, we signed from our rivals Canberra. His determination is 17, and this was one thing that drove me to sign him. If a player has high determination, he's more than likely going to turn out well. So fingers crossed we can turn him into a fantastic player and he can develop well. Lewis Gikas was a player that I basically signed for a backup. As you can see, he is not rated the best, but he will do for a backup striker. Lee Rupel was another player that I signed for the future. He's only 21. He's on a non-contract basis, which means we don't pay him anything, and he's free to leave whenever he wants. But as you can see, he played 3 games last season and scored 1, and he played 16 games the year before. Was that 2000 to 2004? I don't know. I can't read that properly. Yeah, Lee Rupel, who's 21. Apparently he's played for a lot of clubs. Brandon Moss is a goalkeeper that we signed. Basically, the goalkeeper that we had before was youth. He was rated 3 silver stars, which I'm not actually entirely sure what that means. But this guy seems to be solid, and he seems to be fairly happy. Not fairly happy, because his happiness is low. He seems to be fairly good. Brendan Gonano from the Australian Institute of Sport. Again, he was a young striker that we wanted to sign. His determination is 4, which he lacks a hell of a lot. But hopefully I'm going to tutor him and turn him into the next star. And lastly, Roberto Maricevic, aged 19. His determination again is 17, which was a factor that sold him to me. He's rated 1.5 stars at the minute, but he's expected to reach 4.5 stars, which is good enough for me. The only bad thing is about playing in the NPL capital is that there is no promotion to the A-League, which means if I'm going to move up a step, I need to get poached or need to bring success to Tuggeranong. So next up we have our first game against Cooma. Fingers crossed we can start off with a win. The players that I've signed are going straight into the first team, and we're hoping for a good win here today. I'm still pretty shocked at the Canberra FC score. Sorry. I think we're hoping to get off to a good start. there's a few players, as you can see, that are playing out of position, but we have a couple of backups now. So we're going to swap Griffiths and just carry on with this team. Griffiths, is the only change for Henderson. So I've only named 5 substitutes. I'm still to find 2 more. I've got a big enough squad, but I want 2 players that are perfect for backups. This is a thing that I do quite a lot. If I haven't got a team that I believe will perform, I will only have a certain number of subs until I can find the perfect backups. People will obviously say it's stupid, but it's something that I've always done. So the game's about to kick off. Fingers crossed we can perform well. And already we're on the front foot. Henderson just had a shot that went wide. And it's our first goal of the season. And it's disallowed. Brendan Ganano had a goal disallowed, sadly. But there's still a lot of time. So we've had our first yellow card as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. Kuma seems to be coming back into the game now. Let's have a look at the match stats. So far, we've had 60% possession, and that's just paid off. Who scored for us? Adam Kenyon. A ball was played through from Lum, and Kenyon took a step inside and placed it past the Alessandro Pauli, the Kuma keeper. So it's 32 minutes played, and we've had a huge amount of possession. They've had more shots and more on target. We've only had 5 shots, but we've only had 1 clear-cut chance, and so have they. Our pass completion is higher than theirs, so we should really be putting this game to bed. Henderson has got to be careful. I think we're going to make a change now. I think we're going to bring on another striker. We're going to try this Hagel. And I think maybe we should bring on Royce Thomas for Cafcini, I think. So we have started off pretty well so far. We need to score a few more goals, but that'll come once the team works well on the tactics, and the tactics build up the confidence. The team builds up the confidence for the tactics. Excuse me. So it's 82 minutes. Kuma are coming back into the game, which is slightly worrying. They still have more shots, but we've had more possession. So hopefully we can score another and put this game well and truly to bed. They hit the post, so we really did get let off then. And we've scored. We have sealed the game in the 92nd minute. Marcus Lum. Kenyon puts the ball into Lum. Lum, who strangely enough assisted Kenyon on his goal. Kenyon has repaid him, and Lum scored a beautiful goal. So we get the 3 points today. That was a very nice victory. Well done, lads. That was brilliant. It was good to see. We're sitting 3rd at the minute after our first game. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to seeing how the guys get on. Again, we're still looking to bring in more players. Next up, we've got Monaro Panthers. So that could be a tricky game, as could any of these. It depends on how well the team plays. Whilst this video is still running, I'm just going to have a look for a few players. As you can see, I've scouted a hell of a lot of players. Mainly youth team, but I want that extra little bit of experience. So I'm going to filter this by age and go from between 21 and 25, just to add that extra little bit of, you know, excuse me, that extra little bit. Hopefully we can find a player who's unattached and who's willing to come and sign for us. Matthew Napoli, let's scout him and see how well he is. He's only 25. He's got plenty of time to grow. The majority of the players that I've seen play out wide or not at all. So let's try and bring this guy in. He wants £275 for an appearance at a time. Instead of a non-contract, why don't we just sign him on a contract? Key player, £170 till May 16. You can have £85 and a £75 goal bonus. But you don't want that. You want non-contract terms. That's not going to happen. I'm not willing to sign players on a non-contract terms. The only reason why I signed Marovic is because of the way that he looked. His determination was fantastic for his age. We need to get hold of some good players if we want to perform in this league. It's going to be tough. With the teams around us, anything could happen. Absolutely anything. So players, again, they still want non-contract terms. I'm not willing to put the team on the line for a player who could leave at any minute. Let's have a look at our youth team and see if we can bring any more youth through. Let's offer these guys contracts and see how they get on. So we carry on. Monaro Panthers are next up. They're 7th out of 8th, so I'm guessing that they lost. Napoli is not worth signing at all. See, the season is incredibly short. But the games are well spread out. So let's get some advice from the staff. They don't have any. Let's take a look at overall tactics. So as you can see, I'm playing the Christmas tree formation with the lone striker and the 2 attacking midfielders. For me, I don't need the width. I like playing central. Breaking through the defence using the central attacking players is what I like to do. I'm not a fan of wingers. I have used them in the past, and yes, they're effective. But for me, it's more about the central dominance. I still can't see any players that let's filter this by midfielders. Dean Zammit, Patrick Barber. Let's try and sign this guy. So he wants non-contract. Do you know what? I know I said I wouldn't risk it, but screw it. Actually no. I'm gonna withdraw that because I didn't take a look at his rating at the side. Dean Zammit is one whose current ability is something that I'm looking for. And the Albion Park White Eagles have turned around and said, yeah, okay, we'll accept your offer of nothing. Let's see how this guy gets on. Fingers crossed he gets on well. Fingers crossed we can sign him because we need players that are willing to give 100% to the team in order for us to finish top. The Federation Cup is something else that I would like to focus on because it allows us to build and build and build. The Federation Cup is a bit like the FA Cup that we have in England. It's something that I would like to use as a rebound kind of thing. Not necessarily as a rebound, sorry, as a back footing for the players. Let's take a look at the team report for these guys. The highest average from the last game was Ben King at 670. I'm guessing that they lost. Well, they must have lost. Monaro Panthers. Let's take a look. Just to let you know, guys, next time I make a video, each team in this division will have kits, and I will try and find the logos to each team. So whilst the auto saves, I just want to say that, as you know, this is my first attempt at a video songs properly. I'm looking forward to it. This is a save that I very much intend on to keep going. Usually I get bored of saves very quickly, but I have a feeling that this save is something that is going to keep me incredibly entertained and incredibly motivated to play Football Manager. If you haven't already, please go and check out the FM Central Facebook group. It's a good group full of incredible members that give advice, and they build, and it's an incredible laugh as well. I have a good time on there. I spend quite a lot of time on there as well. So get yourself over there, like the page, check out their website as well. It will be good. This database I will link into the description. It's found on Steam. It's not one that you can just go out and get. Also, I'd just like to point out that I haven't loaded any of the proper leagues. When I say proper leagues, I mean the English, the Spanish, the German, and the French, and the Italian, and the Portuguese, blah blah blah. I have literally loaded Australia, Cyprus, Fiji, Malta, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, and Tahiti. So all of them that I have loaded have been customly made. except from the Australia, obviously, with the A-League, but the expanded version that I'm using has been custom made, and it's something that I enjoy. So 3.6k that they wanted. Let's see if I've got enough room in my transfer budget to do that. Simple answer, no. I do not have any. So let's go for networking and parent club. Let's see if I can get a couple of players online in parent clubs. Let's see if they let me. Come on, guys, be nice. No, they're not interested. They're not interested at all. So after this game, I'm going to cut the video off. I'm gonna try and upload another video as soon as I can. This is, like I said, this is a save that I'm definitely going to enjoy. I seem to be having a lot of fun with it, and it's although it's our first game, pre-season was a blast. Finding players and getting the results that we needed, but some of the results they weren't as quite what was expected. But we're building. We're gonna keep on building until we can reach that certain level where we peak, and then hopefully it'll be time for me to move on. So here we go, Monaro Panthers versus Tuggeranong. So let's just fill up our bench. Let's just put them in, and then get our youth keeper. This guy. New. Oh, it's not registered. Screw it. Just put another defender in. Johnny Young. I selected one. Outside them. Yeah, that'll do. Screw it. So here we go. They're playing the exact same formation as me, which I find quite strange because not a lot of teams will, unless they're just trying to counter on on our strengths. So again, it seems to be all us in the first 3 minutes, and it's a goal, or has it been disallowed? Yep, it has been disallowed. Brendan Gonano has had another goal disallowed. He had one disallowed in the last match. Let's hope that this one's not. And we've scored again. Rupil. Lee Rupil. Ball over the top. Lum plays the ball through to Gonano. Rupil, who stayed onside perfectly, just slotted it past the keeper. That was a good goal. A very good goal to score. I can see us building up until we reach a certain point where we do incredible, and already the Monaro Panthers body language has dropped, furious, frustrated. It's I think their players need to calm down a little bit, although it's us who have the 2 yellow cards. And again, we've scored. Gonano, he's actually scored, and it was a ball over the top. Rupel played it through. Again, their defence was split wide open. I'm not sure they know how to play this formation unless they've changed. Let's take a peek at their formation. Nope, they're still playing the exact same formation as us. We've had 3 yellow cards in the first half. We need to do something about our discipline. If a player gets sent off, they will be fined, they will be spoken to, and they will be disciplined. Definitely. So, we can't go out there, we can't get complacent, because we need to get this win again. So this will sit us at the top of the table. I know it won't, because Canberra played yesterday, so it won't sit us at the top of the table, although we are sitting top. And Canberra won 3-0 again. So that's pretty good for them. 68th minute. Let's make a couple of tackles. Couple of tackles. What am I talking about? A couple of changes. Sorry. I'm too busy reading the bottom. Let's bring off Contos. Bring on. Go. Yeah, because we don't have another midfielder. Yeah. I'm going to try and bring Ray Krishna. Now, he more than likely won't join because he is playing in the A-League. Although he's not actually an established player in the A-League. He's more reserves for the Wellington Phoenix. The only New Zealand team in the top division. Hopefully we can bring them along. And again, we've had another goal disallowed. Lee Rupel again had a chance to get his second, but no surprise that the match engine has disallowed our goals. Is there a player that we can swap? No. So Stuart's going to have to play out of position. That's the only thing that I can suggest. Him playing out of position. There is no other way of doing it, really. Hagel, has he scored? He has. He has scored. So apparently there was a hint of offside. Let's take a look. No, he was well onside. I'm not sure why they were complaining, because he was onside. And again, we've scored in injury time, which seems to be our thing of sealing games during injury time. That was a good 3-0 win, and I'm incredibly, incredibly happy that we got that win. We created 5 clear-cut chances, and they had none. We had 5 shots off target. They had none. They must have had 1 shot off target at least, because they had 3 shots and 2 were on target. So I'm not sure what happened there. 60% possession. You know, we're doing well. We are doing well. So this is where I'm going to end this video, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. The next video should be up shortly after this. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.